Hello and welcome to another update, a final update for this half term from me, James O'Connell, Principal TCS. Again, this is just a roundup of where we are as we look back at this half term and look forward to next half term. And first off, looking at the highlights. There are many things to celebrate, and in particular our attendance has been really strong. I think students continue to recognise that they both need to be and want to be in school by and large, which is fantastic and good for them and good for us. And one of the significant challenges of this half term has been running the assessments for the first time in a new way for Year 11, Year 12 and 13 for the GCSEs, BTECs, A-levels and other qualifications that we run here. And it has been a huge challenge as we continue to mark and assess all the papers that we've set, and then we go into the moderation phase before we submit grades. But I just want to say a huge hats off, a huge well done and congratulations and a thank you to those students in years 11 to 12 and 13 for the way that they've approached this summer. We've never been through anything like this, obviously, and they've just had to step up and adapt to new forms of assessments in a different way. And I cannot tell you how impressed I am. They have adapted to it, they've shown huge resilience, and they've kind of just got on with it in a way which I can only applaud. We've been so impressed by the way that they've approached it, and I think by and large they've worked hard, some very hard, and they've done their best, and I hope very much that they will all get the grace that they deserve, and that's very much what we are about doing. That is our intention, what we're here for. So a big well done to them. We now, on this Friday, where our Year 11s come in for their final assembly, and we are looking forward to saying some fond farewells. But many, I hope, will be joining us in the sixth form, and we are running some taster days next half term, which I hope very much that they will come to on the 15th, 16th, 17th of June. But of course, many of those Year 11s in particular are coming back for the first couple of days of next half term to complete coursework in art, photography, technology, construction, engineering, catering, and a couple of other subjects as well. And I would just ask parents, carers, if your child is in Year 11, could you ensure that they do come in those days, because that's essential that they get those bits of coursework done so that they do get the grades that they want. It would be a tragedy to miss stuff now and then slip down the grade ladder. So again, thanks for that. And another little ask for parents of Year 11s leaving, please consider donating any uniform which is still serviceable into student services. Your son and daughters could bring that in, and that could make a real difference to people lower down the school that may need a little bit of support to get that uniform. So that would be hugely appreciated. Just looking ahead then, Years 7s, 8s, 9s and 10s have the joy of doing a whole round of assessments a couple of weeks into next half term. They should have some ideas of what they're being assessed on. Teachers have been talking about that, and it's really important that they do a little bit of revision over the half term. As we step into next half term, they do their best to get back into the routines of learning independently and of revising. And we will be looking to assess them really carefully so that we know where they are and what they need to do to improve. And I'm looking forward to us finally reporting that to all of you as parents. And I also recognise, and thanks to all of the parents who completed the recent survey and took part in the forum earlier this week, I recognise that we've got some work to do on the independent learning, on homework in particular. We need to get back into consistent routines with that. That's going to be a real focus for next half term, as well as actually a little bit of a back to basics resets. Because looking ahead, what we do need to do is to get the school back into the really firm, even keel that it deserves and needs. And again, being really honest, I think with where we've been, with some of the disruptions of the last 14 months, with things like uniform, which oddly enough makes a huge difference with young people coming in PE kits, well, we're getting rid of that, so the PE change rooms are opening after half term. Young people are expected to come in full uniform, and we will be reminding and going through that again. And without wanting to be too draconian, we are going to be pushing that hard, and I don't want to be sending young people home, but we do need to get back into that culture of people coming in, not wearing hoodies or with non-uniform jumpers, but wearing their proper school uniform, not with nose piercings on display, etc., but following those basic rules, because that uniformity creates that platform consistency of behaviour and ethos, which, being really honest with you, we've got to do some work on, and we need to get things back into a stable platform. So that's going to be a big focus from the start of next half term, and we'll be going through that with all students on the first days back. Another key reminder, I know with the current news and where we are down here, fortunately in South Devon, there's a temptation to forget the pandemic. Although we're opening PE change rooms and returning to assemblies, we still maintain the principle of keeping students separated in bubbles. We still have some split breaks because that helps do that. And with less students in the school, we can keep them spread out as well ventilated with hopefully some nice weather. So what's really important is we keep remembering those principles of hands, faces, space, etc. and also of using lateral flow tests. So they are continuing to be issued to our students, and please ensure that they do test over the half term, particularly on that Sunday night before they come back before Monday the 7th of June, but we will look forward to having them back in school. But in the meantime, I hope that you and they, as us and us all, will be able to enjoy a really good half term. I hope you will be able to have something of a break if you're lucky enough to have some time off, and hopefully enjoy a little bit of good weather as we look forward to hopefully a little bit more normality and a good summer. Okay, take care, thanks for your support, and bye for now.